Hi everybody, today I want to do a quick video about private lessons. And the reason I want to do this is that many of you have been asking me if you could do some online private lessons with me. So I'm definitely considering it. Just so you guys know, space is very limited. My schedule is such these days that I have a lot of projects going on, a lot of me things going on, so it would probably space would be limited and the price would be much higher than my online classes through Powwow, but I'm definitely considering it, again, because many of you have expressed interest. I think that would be wonderful to help all of you because many of you are beginners and I would do this for all levels and all ages. So if you're interested, please leave me a comment in the box below, and depending on how many responses I get, maybe I'll send out a form on Facebook or something just to see where your levels are, who's interested, etc. But as far as private lessons themselves go, I do think they're a good idea. However, there are some worries that I have with private lessons. First and foremost, make sure you have a very good teacher. You don't need a teacher who is going to try and change your particular style. So for example, if you are a Balanchine student, don't get a vegan of a teacher. You need to make sure that whatever teacher you have is going to help you and supplement your training, what you need. If you're a beginner, just the basics, not someone who's going to try and make you into the dancer they want you to be. And make sure they know what they're talking about. Again, it's about you, it's your time, no other students are there. So I would just make sure you have a very good teacher as far as private lessons go. The other thing is make sure you don't make your private lessons your main part of your dance training. You need to be in a full class with other students to see, where you measure up and to have those other students push you, because oftentimes that healthy competition makes us a better dancer. So if you're just kind of in your own little bubble world with just your private teacher, you will never know where you stand in ballet. It's not a good idea, especially if you want to be a professional, to just do private lessons. I do not recommend that at all. So make sure that if you do private lessons, you have a good teacher and it's a supplemental thing to your already other ballet classes. Now, when I was at SAB, none of us were allowed to take private lessons at all from anyone because it's a very big school. They have really hard training. They have very key training because they were training all of us to be Balanchine, that they didn't want anybody going outside of that. Some people did in secret. I never did. In all honesty, I've never had a private lesson while I was there. So I recommend to all of you, if you're going to do a private lesson or you're going to do one with me, you don't have to tell the world. Don't tell the world. It's probably not the best idea, but I would make sure that if your teacher, you need to just make sure it's okay. Say, I really would like to work on my training. I was wondering if I could do a private lesson outside of this class, because they might say no. And then if you do it anyway, you could really get in trouble later on down the road. And I'd hate for it to backfire on you. Even though you're just trying to get to be a better dancer, I would hate for it to backfire and ruin your chances. So just make sure it's okay. Again, you don't have to tell everybody in your class, but I would just make sure that it's not going to be a problem later on. So just make sure you have a good teacher, make sure it's supplemental, make sure it's okay. And I do think they can be a very good thing. Work on what you need to work on. When I give privates, I've given many privates before, and what I would do with all of you is we would tailor make it to you. I don't have a set schedule. You have to do this and we have to do that. Sometimes we didn't do a whole class. If you just wanted to work on one particular thing, we'd do that, or we could do a whole class, or if you're a beginner, we can just kind of go through a class kind of thing. So I would tailor make it to all of you. It would not be about what I wanted to do. It would be about what you want to do. So if you're interested, please leave me a comment in the box below. Again, space would be very limited. The prices would be much higher than on Powwow, just because my schedule doesn't allow me to really do anything else or spend that amount of time for those low prices. I love keeping my Powwow prices low for all of you, but privates would not be that low. And also, space and time, etc. It would probably be an hour for each person who wanted to sign up, no longer. So just, again, let me know in the box below if you're interested, and if you are, maybe I'll put on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, Kathryn Morgan, and I'll put a little form and we'll see what happens. All right, you guys, the giveaway ends tonight at midnight Central Time, so if you have not entered, there is still time. I will notify the winner tomorrow and tell the rest of you in the next video. So be sure and enter if you haven't, and the video's over there if you haven't seen the video also. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love you. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon.